What's up, guys? Coach Gaglione here. I've been involved with powerlifting and strength coaching for over 19 years, and today is one of my first garage gym comparisons. We're doing a little bit of a review today. I've been a customer for Kabuki Strength for quite some time. Got to meet Chris Duffin in person, And since he's left the company, and I'm not going to get into all the drama and all that stuff, but since Takeover Strength has taken over Kabuki, I've been pretty vocal about not really enjoying the customer service and a lot of the changes made. And I've loved the products over the years, but since then, we've had a lot of issues. All right, gang, so we had a little bit of issues, not only with Takeover Strength, but also with this recording, so apologize. We'll have more information about this. I'm sure I'm going to continue to complain about Takeover Strength. But anyways, on this particular day, we wanted to compare the squat saddle, the Takeover Strength squat saddle versus the Sorinex Dave Draper top squat. The top squat retails, I think, for around $170. I believe even just the squat saddle pad is more expensive than that. But I know it's a couple $100 for this whole unit. So I was expecting a little bit more of a premium product. Again, I know that Takeover Strength has been very vocal about they're changing direction in terms of what kind of market they're going after. But again, regardless of if it's a power lifter, regardless if it's for general fitness, you still need a level of attention to detail in terms of safety. What's not shown in this particular video, and I don't remember if I mentioned it before, because again, this is the second time I'm recording this, so apologies for that. If you don't kind of pull down on the handles, the bar is not balanced, so it will fall off your back. And any good safety bar kind of apparatus should be balanced on your back. Even with the top squat, I don't recommend letting go of the handles, but it's not actively, you don't have to actively push it up or down or any direction. It's very balanced. So the main kind of, the really only downside of the top squat is that it is, slightly uncomfortable, but just like if you were just having a bar with just a bar on your back, that is also, a little bit uncomfortable. It's just harder. So you don't have the padding there. And again, if you follow lifting culture for a while, whether you are a power lifter or not, a lot of times people will call you a wuss if you use any sort of squat pad. So the point of a safety squat bar apparatus is to kind of relieve the stress on your wrist, elbows, and shoulders. It's not necessarily to be comfortable. And then in the powerlifting world, a lot of times we're using a safety bar tool to also address particular weaknesses, whether it be, your upper back, trying to make things a little bit more, quad dominant, etc. So there could be other use cases for it as well. But the primary use, what most people use it for, and what the general public is going to use it for, is to allow someone to squat if they have wrist, elbow, and or shoulder problems. I know that certainly that's, and in my case, for me, using something like this apparatus or what I've used the top squat in the past, is to also kind of work in groups. So if I have a lifter or even myself that is dealing with a shoulder issue, or maybe they're in an off season, someone's in the in season, someone's peaking for a meet and they have to use a straight bar in a group setting. And I do believe that people should be training in crews, especially with barbells. People should be training with spotters. I do believe people are going to get more out of training in a team environment, especially when they're lifting heavy barbells. Again, even with this weight. So I purposely tried to use more kind of normal weights. Obviously the strap, the squat saddle, strap bar, and they're also going to add some weight to bar, but this is just kind of in the mid 300 range. So I did, I think I did a set of 8 and then a set of 12. So I did a set of 8 with this, I believe the squat saddle and strap bar, and I did, a set of 10 to 12 with the Dave, and it was just much more balanced, it's a little easier. And then another thing that you'll kind of see here in a moment, I'm just going to kind of take you guys through in real time, just taking the apparatus on and off. So in terms of a group setting, in terms of, just having less friction, that's going to be a big key takeaway for any kind of garage gym. And you can kind of see even the Dave Draper squat attachment, it's not made for a squat bar, but it still fits on a squat bar. This is a 30 kilo monster 66-pound squat bar, and it still fits on that. I was told that the strap bar will fit on a 25 kilo, I forget how many millimeters it is, but maybe it's a 30 millimeter bar. But anyways, it did not. So that was already a strike against Takeover Strength, among other things. And again, regardless of who the target market is, whatever, like if the bar is not going to be like safe for like an empty barbell, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, like who is this bar actually for? So I can't in good faith, like honestly recommend this. Again, the pad is fine. I don't think the pad is like going to be like life-changing. I think some people are like, I don't know like what people, I think some people just want to get a reshare or a repost. So I'm more likely than not, unless things change drastically, I'm not going to be supporting, the former Kabuki strength, takeover strength. So the top squat takes about 30 seconds to get on and off. This, I think, took several minutes. It's way too long, in my opinion. It's going to create a lot of friction. I think a lot of the materials kind of felt kind of cheap. It was kind of hard to get on. And again, I'm a very strong guy. I've squatted 800 pounds in 6 different weight classes. I've deadlifted 595 or more in 6 different weight classes. I'm a strong guy, and I had a hard time kind of getting this on. It was kind of cumbersome to get on. I just think that this needs to go back to product testing. I think this should have been tested by actual people who lift weights. I'm, again, very disappointed in the customer service. I'm very disappointed in the conversations that we had. I would have been happy to like kind of test this bar. I spent several thousands of dollars over the years with Kabuki Strength. So it would have been very easy for them to kind of look me up as a customer, regardless of my expertise in powerlifting and strength training and just training people for over 19 years. I've been involved with strength coaching and powerlifting for over 19 years. It would have been like great for them to look up like, hey, this is like a loyal customer. We should try to like, at least have a conversation with this person. So I was very disappointed in that. I think it's just like a lot of lip service in my opinion, but again, maybe things will change. Always give them the benefit of the doubt, but I was again very disappointed. So can't quite recommend the squat saddle. I do think that if for a garage gym owner, the top squat I would recommend. Thanks. See you next time. Stay strong. See you soon.